We're going to talk about AprilAire dehumidifiers and the AprilAire dehumidifier lineup. This is an exciting product category. It grows every single year, and it's probably the category where we get the most questions from all of our distributors and contractors across the country. So now we're going to take a look at the AprilAire 2018 dehumidifier lineup. Now we're just going to look at this from very high level, go over the model numbers, some of the specifications. I'm not going to dig into every single installation detail, but this will give you a really good idea of the products, the product offering, and what the products do. So if we take a look at them, these are all new designs. Some of you may have been familiar with the older designs, but we are making these products now in-house and they are wonderful. So let's start with a sort of a complete dehumidifier lineup overview. I know there's a lot of words on the screen and a lot of little numbers, but let's just look at the model numbers themselves. We start with a model 1820, an 1830, an 1850, the model 1850F, which stands for freestanding, the model 1870, and then the model 1870F. If you look at the specifications of these products, we start with capacity. The model 1820 is a 70 pint per day unit. The model 1830 is a 70 pint per day unit. The model 1850 is a 95 pint per day unit. And the model 1850F, the freestanding version, likewise is a 95 pint per day unit. And then the two big models, the 1870 and the 1870F, are the 130 pint models. One of them, of course, is freestanding. The real big differences between these, obviously, is with capacity. But if you look at some of the differences are the airflow, and that's really what's important. If you look at the model 1820, that's a 200 CFM blower. Now, of course, that's at 0 inches of water pressure column. The model 1850 is 160 CFM. That was the model 1830, I apologize. The model 1850 is 265 CFM. The model 1850 freestanding, slightly less at 245 CFM. And then, of course, the two big models are 310 CFM. Ranges in weight anywhere from 56 pounds up to 114 pounds. Now the operating temperatures and inlet temperatures are the same on all of them, and they're all pretty darn efficient. Anywhere from 5.8 amp draw up to 8.3 amp draw. So let's just look a little bit closer at the 1800 series. Now these are really designed to deliver. They're smaller cabinets, they all operate around 50 dB, so they're super quiet. That's about the sound of a modulating furnace running. They have RH set points right on the units. They're available to be controlled externally. The P-trap is now gone, there's no dip switches, they're super easy to wire, and they have a threaded side drain now, which is actually a much better way of connecting your drain tubes to it. All the units that have collars come with 10-inch duct collars, except for the model 1820, which is 8-inch duct collars, and all of them have top and side discharge. Another change is that all of our units now are shipping with aluminum coils, which are super high quality. So as far as sizing, this is a question a lot of guys ask us here at AprilAire. What size humidifier do I put in? Well, a real simple way to tell you is, A, you can't oversize a dehumidifier. It's impossible. Once it reaches a set point, it turns off. And really, the model 1830, 1850, and 1870 are the lion's share of all the products that we use in the United States. With the 1850 probably being the one that I would say 90% contractors use. So you can see we can size anywhere from 2,800 square feet up to 7,200 square feet. So this sizing guide is included with every single installation manual with all of the dehumidifiers. Now, just a little bit more in depth, the model 1830, now this is an Energy Star qualified piece. It's 70 pints per day, which means it has a very efficient energy factor. If you look at it, it's 1.9 liters of water removal per kilowatt hour. Again, free flow is about 160 CFM, draws about 6.3 amps, and it's a pretty quiet piece. The model 1850, this is sort of the workhorse of the line. This is 95 pints per day. To put that in perspective, a pint of water weighs exactly 1 pound. So if you think about this, product takes out 95 pounds of water a day. Now it's 2.2 liters of water removal per kilowatt hour. It's got a lot more CFM. It's running over a half a ton of air over the coil. It's a 265 CFM blower. Draws 8.0 amps, and it's about 54 dB. Weighs about 75 pounds. The model 1870 and the 1870F, pretty similar. These products draw about 2.9 liters of water removal per kilowatt hour. They are Energy Star rated at 130 pints per day, and they're moving a lot of air, guys. They're moving 310 CFM over the coil. These are big units, and these are when you're looking at something that's maybe a 5,000 to 7,000 square foot application. Again, just looking really closely at the model 1820. This is a new model in our line. It's a small unit. It doesn't weigh very much at all. As a matter of fact, it's only 56 pounds. It lacks some of these specific controls that you would need to do multi-zoning applications, but it's a great product. It's 200 CFM, 70 pints per day. A lot of guys doing the crawl space applications or crawl space remediation applications will use this product. Now, this product uses 8-inch collars versus 10-inch collars. You know, we offer all sorts of accessories at AprilAire. We have a hanging kit for the 1830 and 50. We've got a hanging kit for the 1870 if you're going to put it in a basement application. We have what's called the Living Space Duct Kit, which is really neat. I mean, this includes 2 grills, some insulated flex ducts, some zip ties, and the connectors. It's a great product if you're going to put it in a half-finished basement. AprilAire also offers a Model 5856 condensate pump, and we also have a basement kit which will give you 2 normally open and 2 normally closed dampers and a transformer. Remember, the AprilAire dehumidifiers have the ability to open and close 2 different sets of dampers. Therefore, they can be zoned. You can do a upstairs versus a downstairs, or you can do a crawl space versus the basement. So it's a really neat product. A lot of guys use these kits to do fresh air ventilation. One zone may be fresh air ventilation, pulling in some fresh air. The other one might be doing the basement. So we make those kits available. Now, just dig into it a little bit more. One of the neat things is the AprilAire products, all of them have a top-mounted control when it's on the floor, but that control can be easily put onto the front. For example, if it's suspended from the ceiling, so it's really easy to get to. It's a simple field installation. It takes 5 minutes. Like I was telling you before, all of our products have a discharge on the top and on the back, and the benefit to putting it on the top is you can really shorten that distance up almost 10 or 12 inches if you've got a tight application. All the dehumidifiers except the freestanding models do come with a backflow damper in one of the collars. It's right in the box. As far as maintenance, AprilAire dehumidifier is real simple. You're going to get asked this a lot. What do I do to maintain it? Well, once a year you take off the door, and it's left and right. It can come off of either side. You pull that metal screen out there, you wash it out with some hot water, you sort of tap out the water and put it back in, and that's included with the product. And one of the reasons that a lot of contractors like the product is the controls for wiring. If you're going to wire it to your HVAC system, or you're going to do a couple of different ventilation options or different zoning options, it's right on the top of the unit. There's simple control terminals, really easy to get to. And a matter of fact, what a lot of guys like is on the bottom of the cover is all the information for the technician if he needs to troubleshoot the unit, because the unit itself will throw the error codes and show them right to the technician who's servicing them. And there's also a number right on there, and that's our tech support number. That's the 1-800-334-6011. And there's also some basic controls on there for setup for the homeowner. So the other neat thing is you can control all the AprilAire dehumidifiers from 3 of our different thermostats. You can control them from our Wi-Fi thermostats. As a matter of fact, they have an onboard control, they have an external control, and you only need a dry contact, whether it's normally closed or normally closed, guys. So any third-party thermostat that has a dry contact will actually control the dehumidifier. We have remote control capability with our Model 76. This is a neat little piece. The Model 76 is really popular. Remember, if you hook a dehumidifier up to a thermostat, you're now measuring the RH at the thermostat, not at the dehumidifier. Now, in a crawl space or an attic application, that may not be the best option. This is the only product made that allows you to remotely or externally measure RH. So I could put this control on a wall and I could tell it to read the RH down at the unit, or I could tell it to read the RH right at the wall. So it's a pretty neat piece, simple to wire. It's just 4 easy wires, and this works with all of our 1830s, our 1850s, and our 1870s. So I wanted to end that sort of on a technical note. But thank you for taking the time. Again, all this information is available to any of you at AprilAirePartners.com. Just click on the dehumidifier link if you want. You can actually watch this if you want to see it. And you can also contact 1-800-334-6011 if you've got any questions.